Can I reverse a divorce? No, you can't reverse a divorce, but may try to set aside the agreement or judgment if you can prove fraud, unconscionability, or duress. So, while the court won't reverse the divorce, it can revisit and redo the property settlement. In a 2022 case, a wife contested her divorce settlement, alleging that her husband had concealed assets in Taiwan. However, the twist in the tale was that these assets were not actually hidden. They were disclosed in the husband's financial statements during the divorce proceedings. The wife had previously seen and acknowledged these assets on his net worth statement, which was a crucial piece of evidence. The court used this acknowledgement to dismiss her claims of fraud, highlighting a key legal principle. A party cannot claim to be deceived about assets they knew about at the time of the settlement. This case underscores the importance of thoroughly reviewing and understanding all financial disclosures made during divorce negotiations. A 2021 case provides a stark illustration of unconscionability in divorce settlements. The court found several alarming aspects of the agreement. It lacked complete financial disclosure. It excessively favored the moneyed spouse by requiring the non-moneyed spouse to forfeit almost all claims to significant marital property, including a business. And it contained clauses that were fundamentally unfair, such as automatic changes in child custody contingent upon the non-moneyed spouse's future marital status. The court's ruling emphasized that unconscionability involves a degree of unfairness that shocks the conscience, a term that describes agreements so imbalanced that they are inherently unjust. Unconscionability in legal terms refers to an agreement that is so unjust, one-sided, or overly harsh that it defies good conscience and fair dealing. In the context of divorce, where there is supposed to be a fiduciary duty of fairness and transparency between spouses, such terms are scrutinized under a more stringent standard than typical contracts. An agreement may be deemed unconscionable if it is the product of overreaching by one party, taking unfair advantage of a less informed or financially weaker spouse. This can include not providing complete financial disclosures or leveraging the other spouse's lack of legal representation. Can duress reverse a divorce? Duress, if proven, can reverse a divorce settlement or judgment on property. However, the courts have set a pretty high bar for proving it. Duress is more mere pressure. In contract law, duress refers to a situation where a person enters into an agreement as a result of coercion, using either unlawful threats or pressure exerted by another party. This coercion undermines the person's free will, leading them to enter into a contract that they otherwise would not have agreed to. The legal definition of duress involves a few key elements. 1. Threats or pressure. 2. Lack of free will. 3. Illegitimacy of the pressure. 4. Causation. If a contract is proven to have been signed under duress, it may be declared voidable. This means the party coerced into the agreement has the right to cancel or void the contract, thereby releasing them from their obligations under that agreement. The victim of duress must take action to rescind the contract promptly upon cessation of the duress. The cases of Chalos versus Chalos and Groper versus Groper provide valuable lessons for anyone going through a separation and dealing with legal agreements. These cases center around the idea of duress and the importance of acting quickly if you feel coerced into signing a separation agreement. In Chalos versus Chalos, one person tried to challenge a separation agreement by claiming it was signed under pressure or duress. The key point from this case is that if you keep benefiting from an agreement, like receiving money or property, and don't quickly challenge its validity, the law assumes you've accepted the agreement's terms. Essentially, if you take the benefits, you're also accepting the deal as it stands, even if you initially felt pressured. Groper versus Groper touches on similar themes. Here, someone accepted the benefits of a separation agreement for a long time before trying to say it wasn't valid due to duress. The court decided that by accepting those benefits without complaining for so long, the person had essentially agreed to the terms of the agreement. In other words, if you wait too long to dispute the terms, you might lose the chance to argue that you were coerced. How does this relate to you? Act quickly. If you believe your agreement was signed under unfair pressure, it's crucial to act immediately. Waiting too long or accepting benefits from the agreement can imply that you agree with everything in it, making it much harder to contest later. Consistency is key. Claiming that you were pressured into signing while continuing to accept the agreement's benefits doesn't look consistent and can weaken your case. Your actions after signing are important. If you act like the agreement is fine by taking its benefits, the court might assume it was fairly agreed upon. Get good advice. Having a lawyer during the negotiation and signing of any legal agreement is a big advantage. It shows that you understood what was happening and had a fair chance to negotiate or refuse terms, making it less likely for duress claims to stand. Key takeaways for navigating divorce. Thorough asset disclosure. Both parties must disclose all assets comprehensively and transparently. Hidden assets can later invalidate a settlement if discovered, while known assets cannot be claimed as undisclosed. Critical assessment of settlement terms. It is essential for divorcing parties to critically assess and understand each term of their settlement agreement. Look out for any clauses that seem excessively punitive or one-sided. Professional legal advice. Given the complexities and potential pitfalls in divorce settlements, seeking advice from a knowledgeable attorney is invaluable. An experienced lawyer can provide critical insights into whether a settlement is fair, legally binding, and enforceable. In sum, these cases illustrate the vital need for fairness, transparency, and legal awareness in the process of negotiating divorce settlements. Understanding and applying the concepts of fraud and unconscionability can protect against unjust outcomes and ensure that agreements are both equitable and enforceable. Call Port and Sava for a free 15-minute telephone consultation 516-352-2999.